there's a good little lesson. So we're back on track. We've got our section view here, and this is really the nerve center of how we move around our project, this project browser. And you can pull this guy off if you want by grabbing here and pulling it. Oh, sorry, a little bit of a snag there. You can pull these guys off of the sides, and then you can kind of move them around. You can stretch them, okay? And then you can slide up and down so they don't have to. If they disappear, if you hit X on here, those two main windows, I'll just pan. Panning is a middle mouse button. The wheel button is panning, and then the wheel button in and out is your zooming. So we've lost our properties palette and our project browser. So to get those back, we go up to the View tab and we pick User Interface. And then from there, we go down and turn on that properties palette and go back to here and turn on that project browser. And they come back, and I do like to kind of stick those guys on there on the side. And then you can also use your mouse to kind of squish those down a little bit. So there's minus signs here to close those guys off. So in the project browser, we have views, legends, schedules, panel schedules because we're using MEP, reports, sheets where you put all your drawing sheets, okay? Your families inside of here, which is all of your little components, your ducts, your ceiling objects, your doors, your electrical components, okay? Security stuff, if you start to see security cameras and stuff show up, structural objects, okay, railings, different little profiles, piping, okay, pipe systems, pipe fittings, lots of little pipe fittings inside of there. We're in a metric file here, so that's why it's has a M in front of it preceding it, prefix. So this is really the nerve center of how we go from view to view. Again, I'm going to pick in here to make it current, pan over, okay, and click on here, and you can go down inside of here and hit these, and you'll start to see you're going to end up with lots of views. This is not a very busy project in particular. Again, we can kind of pull this out a little bit. If you double click, it opens up that view. Once you're inside the view, if you're zoomed way out in your object, I'm using my wheel button, it can be kind of, and I'll use my wheel button to pan. Sometimes this is, off screen or who knows where. If you just type in ZA on the keyboard, it's a zoom all, so it'll zoom to show you the object. You don't have to hit enter, you just type in ZA. So you can just feel free to go double clicking and picking on the different views inside of here. Okay, floor plan view, a sectional view for HVAC. These are currently being sorted by HVAC, plumbing, and power, but you can resort them differently. Okay, these are, the power is a subdiscipline. Okay, plumbing is a subdiscipline, HVAC is a subdiscipline. These are the actual views. If you double click on here, it'll show you the actual view. If you double click on here, click, it'll show you the view in there. Now I don't see anything, so I'm going to do ZA, and Revit's going to do a zoom all. So there we go. There's a good example. Okay, floor plan of the toilets, 3D view of the toilets and urinals. Okay, and again, ZA if I wanted to have a little closer look. Oh, didn't do too much. So if you want to spin around, what you want to do is pick something. Take your mouse, pick something, just click on it, and then after you've clicked it, use Shift, middle mouse button, and that's how you spin and you pivot around that particular object. And then you pan with your middle mouse button. So you can pick on this guy, and then Shift on the keyboard, middle mouse button, and that's how you pivot around an object. Okay, if you pick this guy and Shift, it's not going to go up and down. You can go up and down with your mouse. So I'm using my Shift key and my middle mouse button I'm pressing in. So the key is when you want to do that, pick something first and then you'll pivot around that point. If you don't pick something first, you're not really sure where your pivot point is because it's going to be the centroid of the entire model. Clicking out. The thing is, in this particular view, everything around here is basically being turned off. If I hit this light bulb down in here, I'm going to see a whole bunch of objects all of a sudden, because in this particular view, I have, it's preset to have many of the objects turned off, and it's really isolated. You see that? Now it's showing all the objects that are being hidden. This is kind of looking behind the curtain. And then if you pick on here, it's the opposite, which is the front of the curtain, where you don't have, where you've left some stuff visible. We'll show you how to do that. So double clicking, feel free to go through here and click on the views. Views can be set up in different ways. Notice it says the type of view with a semicolon and then the name of the view. This is a floor plan. This is a section. This is a 3D view. Okay, these are all regular simple views. 3D view, floor plan, section. Okay, specific to HVAC. Then we get into legends, where we can have, a legend with some, abbreviations. And then if I click in here and zoom in, this is just kind of text and stuff. Okay, you can have different types of legends. This is an abbreviations legend, but you can go here and double click to, say, a diffuser legend, and it's going to give you more information. These legends also get placed on sheets. So do these views. So the views and this stuff all go on sheets. Piping symbols. Okay, go in here, another legend. Architects have door and window legends. Valve symbol legend. Okay, HVAC small duct symbol and small duct condition symbology. So another little legend, and this is just kind of little 2D stuff. So legends are 2D stuff. Then we get into some of the schedules, electrical equipment, connection schedule, and you can schedule just about anything in Revit. It's quite nice. Zoning schedule over here. Okay, level 2. Space airflow schedule. You can flag stuff, so if it's above or below a certain given pressure or CFMs or whatever the unit is, you can flag it so that it's either above or below or within a tolerance. Okay, a space schedule for our spaces with the space level, the name, the number. Okay, these are all views that can be placed on sheets. Okay, mechanical equipment schedule. Okay, another nice one to put on a sheet. We have panel schedules for the electrical people. Okay, and you can customize these as well. Okay, so we have all of our motor panel schedules, etc. So we have panel schedules if that applies. We have reports. Okay, you can create reports, which are quite nice. We can export this information. Okay, comes in very handy. Okay, level 2 checksums, spaces, so we can report on a lot of this stuff. Really nice tool. Okay. Then we have the sheets. The sheets are where we place all of our views. So we click on here. There's a title block with these different views that are placed. The views are simply dragged from here. If you want to put this section on here, you drag it in, place it. If the section's already on a view, a different sheet, it's going to warn you that you need to duplicate the view, because the view can only go on one sheet. Once it's on a sheet, that view cannot be placed on another sheet. It'll give you a little warning. So we have our different sheets, and you name your sheets and you number them. And then as you add information to them, the section bubbles and the callout bubbles and everything are going to read all the information off of here. If the sheet number is E301 and you change it, it's going to change it in all the section bubbles and all the reference bubbles that are using that, which is, quite nice, of course. So everyone who's been using Revit has just basically takes it for granted. But if you are a CAD user, that you'll find it quite nice. You see inside of here, this is detail or section 2 on sheet E301. Okay, if I change either one of these pieces of information, where that section is being taken over here somewhere, is going to change. Section 3, E101. So this number is reading the detail number and the sheet number quite nicely. So in your different views, as you add in your sections and callouts, it's going to manage all that numbering. We can color code our views the way we want. Once again, this little floor plan has been cropped. Okay, if I turn on the crop box by picking on here, it's going to show that why this view, it's really the whole view is available. It's just that we've taken this viewport and we've cropped the view. So we'll talk about, view cropping, etc., as we work our way through this. So that is the crop region, and we can crop the view, and then we can turn the crop box off, and then we end up with a nice little part plan like that. So these are just some of the visibility controls that we have down inside of there. So a little bit of information on the project browser, which is this guy, and the views. So the views and the project browser. And one last thing I should mention is if you want to search for anything inside this project browser, if you go to the top here and you right click, you can say search. So if you want to search for something, like I'll go in here and I'll type in ELEC just for electrical, and I hit next, it's going to go down to electrical. You see, next, next, and then it's going to go to a schedule. Then it's going to go down to this particular sheet. Next. And then now it's into families, electrical equipment tag, electrical equipment. So it's mining its way through the browser looking for this, for just ELEC. Okay, we could also go in here and type in DOOR for door. Hit next, and it's going to start, the first place it finds door. And then go back. We can go in here and type in duplex or duplex receptacle or something. See if it has anything there. Sure, there it is. Electrical fixture M duplex receptacle, and close that off. So anytime you want to find a view or a family or something, you're not sure where it's stored, but you kind of know what the name of it is. Go to the top. Actually, it doesn't matter where you go. You can right click and say search, and then you can search for a couple of characters and hit next and previous and work your way back and forth. So really nice search tool when you want to search for either a view, like it's called level 3 or level 2. So you right click and you go search, and you just type in level 2 and then hit next, and it's going to say level 2 HVAC. So it's going to punch its way through finding anything that says level 2. So it can be anything here. It can be a family name, it can be a component name, a view, anything that is in here, any of these characters it can search for. So this is a nice addition in our Revit 2013, is to be able to browse and search our project browser.